Hello Sagittarius, welcome in for your full moon in Aries reading. This is a reading for Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising signs regarding the energies going on around the full moon in Aries happening on October 1st, okay? So Sagittarius, I just want to start off and say that I feel like there's a lot of Sagittarius energy that really, a lot of you guys have something you need to get off your chest, or something that you're just like, yesterday I started filming this. I did this reading yesterday actually, and my camera battery died. And at one point in time, it just like stopped in the middle of the reading. And there was just a couple times too while I was doing the reading that like it was like there was so much energy coming down and like downloading into me that I was just like lightheaded up in the stratosphere. I had to get like a couple glasses of water afterwards and drink that. So I don't know if you're feeling like a lot of energetic shifts right now. That could be a possibility. Maybe you need to be drinking more water. Especially if you are going through any sort of like spiritual awakening or anything. When I go through new levels of spiritual awareness or development, I notice that I tend to need more water. Okay, so I don't know if that's a message for you guys, Sagittarius, but it was just very, very interesting energy. And of course, the card that flops out then is She Feels, She Knows. So yeah, I do think that must be a message for some of you. As I'm getting started, please, Sagittarius, take some time to get grounded. Let's take just a few deep breaths together, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good, 2 more. Wow, do you feel that settling into your body a little bit more? I did take some time to actually do that before I came on here, but I do feel like there is some strong energy coming through for you right now, Sagittarius. So I wanted to take the moment to get grounded with you, get into your body, take those few deep breaths to align your energy with mine. We are co-creating in this reading, right? So the more that you are able to be discerning about what messages are for you and which ones aren't, you know, this is a general reading, so not every message is going to be for every Sagittarius. If you don't feel like this reading is for you, but you like my energy, I do suggest you check out your moon and rising signs as well. But yeah, it's just so important for you as the listener to use your own discernment and get grounded as well as me, okay? As we are co-creating this. All right, Sagittarius, messages for you regarding this period of time around the full moon in Aries, providing some spiritual guidance as well as a look in at what you're going through right now. Bring it into form. Listening for truth. That card has come out in another reading. The Libra reading, maybe? Yeah. And trust yourself. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have the feeling, Sagittarius, that a lot of you coming to this reading are people who are on a spiritual path, on a spiritual journey. You're going through some sort of spiritual awakening, or you have been going through this spiritual awakening over the last few years, and you're now at this point kind of realizing it's like you've been living your muggle life and you've had this spiritual life going on the side, or this deeper awareness that's coming up, and it's time to meld the two together. It's time to bring those things that you've learned through your spiritual practice into form, into the 3D. This could be, I believe you had the manifestation card in your previous reading, so bringing it into form. This is about walking in the world, walking in this world. If you've ever done the artist way, maybe it's time to check out Julia Cameron's second book, Walking in This World. I'm about to start reading it for the first time, so those words just popped out, and that isn't a message for everybody, but bring it into form. Yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, I'm noticing this footprint in this like cosmic soup. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like you're really wanting to figure out, okay, this is maybe, you know, maybe what your calling is, or you have a better idea of what your calling is than you used to, but now you want to figure out how to make that real, bring that into the 3D, and make your mark on the world. And so you're listening more. I do feel like this message has been coming up around this full moon energy. So I do feel like maybe at this time, it's a wonderful time for you to sit in meditation, to listen to your guides, listen for what your higher self wants for you, your emotional self, listen to your emotional needs, definitely. Because yeah, if there's, you know, sometimes when we are on the spiritual path, we reach a point where we're not in alignment anymore with our 3D reality. Okay, so we've reached a level of attainment where, you know, the job that we have, the relationship we have, it no longer serves us. And I feel like you're beginning to have some emotional awareness of that. Okay, you might get feelings in your stomach, or you know, just those gut feelings, or like you notice that like people that you used to love spending time with, now they're extremely draining for you. So you need to listen to whatever you emotionally need at this time. And then this trust yourself card, it's interesting. Look at all of the animals around her. Really beautiful. I feel like this is about you needing to listen to spirit about how to bring this into form. Like if you've been like, okay, I want to, I don't know, go on this retreat or walk this new path in life, whatever it is, you know, because the Julia Cameron thing came out, and I do work with creatives a lot, as well as fellow intuitives. I feel as though it's like you need to listen to spirit for the guidance on how to bring this into the world. Okay, spirit's going to give you little nudges. There might be synchronicities you're noticing, and you really need to follow what you're hearing. Trust yourself, so that all of this abundance, this like rainforest of abundance that you're growing, can come in. And that could even be about traveling or moving to a new place, because, you know, this person's walking. I almost feel like it looks like a beach. I'm getting the message, if you're familiar with that poem about the two sets of footprints on the sand, and the person asks, like, God, why was there only one set of footprints? You know, you left me, and that was when I was at my lowest, and God or Jesus says, you know, that's actually when I was carrying you. I feel like that's definitely resonating for you at this time. Like, you need to allow your spiritual team to guide you, to carry you along. Give it up to your higher power to bring in what you need at this time. And like I was about to say, sorry, that just really needed to come through, but I was just looking at all of these animals, and I know Sagittarius, is a sign that's known for really liking to travel. And this one over here reminding me of the beach with the footstep. It's like I can see you like walking on a beach somewhere. So I don't know if you have some dream of relocating or going on a vacation. I know a lot of people are not traveling at this time, but this could be what you're starting to manifest at this time. This could be the thing that your spirit guides are trying to work with you to bring in for you in the future. Definitely. And I'm going to look actually at the guidebook just really quickly. I've never seen this bring it into form card before. This is a relatively new oracle deck for me, so I'm just going to see what it has to say, see if anything pops out. I feel like the trust yourself, listening for truth, those two were pretty spot on. I'm familiar with those cards, but bring it into form. Beautiful dreamer, you can imagine wonderful worlds of light. You can dream up so many possibilities. Now is the time to bring those possibilities of light into the world. They need to be more than ideas. They need to live, to manifest. The world needs not only your dreams, beautiful as they are, but also your creations. Get thee to thy desk, thy easel, thy computer. Work, beautiful dreamer. Don't just dream, create. You are being asked to honor yourself with a commitment to complete your inspired tasks. This will help you to grow, and that is a wonderful reason to commit. But there is another reason too. You know that your inspired ideas are worth translating into practical forms so that other people can access them and experience something special too. If you have been thinking about writing a book, painting a picture, or acting on an inspiration or idea, then this oracle is bringing you an unequivocal yes, do it now. Don't dally or dither about the details or worry about how it is going to work out. The universe loves a bold spirit. Once you take a step, it will rush toward you like an enthusiastic and chivalrous lover, opening doors, hand gently guiding your lower back as you are moved forward. You will promptly be provided with all that is needed to take the next step. Okay, so I don't even need to go on. Sagittarius, if that resonated with you at all, if there is some creative project, because I already said walking in this world, and that was all about somebody who was trying to create something like a creative piece of art or music or a book or something. If that message resonates with you, I really encourage you to join my Facebook group, Artists Anonymous. It's a completely private group for people who are in creative recovery, dealing with creative blockages, or working through Julia Cameron's trilogy of books, starting with The Artist's Way. People can kind of jump in when they want, and then I also have posts every week to help keep you accountable on creative recovery, giving you exercises to do each week, meditations to help bring in more creative energy. So if that resonates with you, please let this be your message from the universe that you've been looking for to get back on track with that. Okay, so if that resonates with you, I am going to put a link in the description for you to join us. Okay, Sagittarius, let's get into the tarot cards, get a better look at what's going on for you at this time. Just need a little bit of my coffee. Okay. Spirit, what messages does Sagittarius need to hear at this time? Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius during this full moon in Aries. I didn't I can't get the words out. I didn't mention it earlier, but I will now. This is the full harvest moon. This is the first full moon after the fall equinox, which just happened the other day. So, this is a really great time for you to be taking stock of what you've manifested so far this year. Reflect with gratitude on that and begin to think about what you plan on bringing in for the next year, the next season of manifestations. It's definitely a time to get balanced. It's the beginning of Libra season right now as I'm filming this, and with the equinox, you know, days and nights. This is really a time for you to balance your masculine and feminine energies, I feel like, Sagittarius. All right, let's see what wants to come through. Messages for Sagittarius. All right, I'm going to lay this out, this spread out, just using a Celtic cross, and then we'll talk through it, okay? The 10 of Swords. Oof. Crossed by the 6 of Cups. Okay. The Tower underneath. Whoa, Sagittarius, what are you going through? 2 of Cups, recent past. 6 of Wands, conscious mind. Daughter of Wands. Daughter of Swords. High Priestess. Death. Oof. 8 of Pentacles, and that's interesting. So the 8 of Pentacles came up as the outcome, I believe, from my Scorpio reading, Scorpio or Libra, the other day, and it was actually in your spread that didn't end up going through. It was in your underlying energy. So interesting, that's your outcome now. So you brought it from kind of something that was under the surface that you were hoping for to what you're moving towards. Okay, so that's good. We're moving it from the mind, and bringing it into form. I like this energy a lot more for you, Sagittarius, even though we do have clearly some kind of stressful things going on. Hey Sagittarius, sorry for that little delay there. So I was filming earlier today. I did this reading earlier today. I went to go edit it and realized that the recording cut out. So I apologize. Some of it's gonna get a little lost, but I'm gonna try to sort of retell what we discussed earlier today again. Yeah, so your central energy here, you are in this 10 of Swords energy, which is definitely end of a cycle. You know, the dead horse has been beaten. There's just really no way around it. There's something that has significant that's ended for you, and you're really feeling the effects of that at this time. Your challenge right now is the 6 of Cups. So this is interesting. I feel like your challenge is that whatever ending happened, I do feel like this was probably in a romantic relationship. Your past energy was the 2 of Cups, and I clarified it and got the Hermit and the Strength card. So Sagittarius, I feel like this was a connection between two people, and now Hermit is Virgo, Strength is a Leo card, but you don't necessarily have to have been dealing with those sides. It could just be people that embody that energy. So the Hermit is, you know, obviously somebody who's turned inward, introspective, probably quiet, keeps a smaller circle. And this other person, the Strength card, this is somebody who sees the positives in things, very outgoing, charismatic individual. And I feel like you were in partnership with them. I do feel like it was a positive relationship at one point, and it coming up as your challenge in the 6 of Cups, because in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, the 6 of Cups can be a card indicating a past life connection, a soulmate connection. And I don't usually get that with this deck, but I really am getting that feeling that this person in the past was a deeply committed partnership. There might have been some strong codependency issues going on. I really feel like you two mirrored each other in a lot of ways, brought to the surface each other's deepest psychological wounds, truly, and it happened for the purpose of bringing those things to your conscious awareness. Like, this connection was so powerful when it first began that it has really completely changed who both of you are as individuals. And now I think you guys are going through some sort of ending, separation. And so the challenge for you is to look at this situation as though it unfolded as it should. That you two had a contract soul agreement to come into this life together and teach each other these lessons. And I think that's difficult because, your conscious mind, the Six of Swords, I definitely feel like this is, you're definitely still kind of sitting in this sadness. You are the Ten of Swords right now, Six of Swords being your conscious mind. I definitely feel like, you're beginning to maybe see that things might be better now, or that, even though a lot of bad blood has been, has gone on between the two of you, you know that something's going to be better. Like this card, I definitely always think it's always, there's no rainbow without any rain, right? Yeah, that's what I want to say with this. Your subconscious mind is the Tower. And I clarified this, and it's the Three of Swords. So this ending that you had, you could have just recently found out that this person was cheating, or that could be the thing that you're thinking about. There was some sort of third-party energy. That doesn't necessarily mean that they were cheating per se, but it could be, that their work was coming first always, or if they have a child from another relationship, that was always coming first. And to be fair, being a parent always should come first. But whatever it is, there's some sort of third-party energy that came in, and yep, my nose is itching, and I swear it did it the first time I did this reading, Sagittarius, and that really disrupted things. And I do get the feeling this might have even been on both sides. Like, I'm getting a sense of like maybe there was some secrets kept with this Hermit card. So there was maybe secrets on both sides, third-party energies on both sides that, culminated in this Tower moment. And you're having this sort of crises, this awareness, awakening experience with this. The Tower is negative sometimes, and the Three of Swords, I never really like to see that card. But the Tower also is a bolt of lightning that awakens you, okay? There's no going back after that. You've beaten this dead horse down, and so all you can do is move forward. And honestly, I feel like that's the purpose of all of this, that you needed to, one, learn the lessons that you did with this person, but then also have this ending because it's catapulting you towards the next chapter, okay? So your advice right now, we have the Daughter of Swords, and I clarified that with the Two of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like some introspection around what has transpired between you and this person. You might even, if you're still wanting to make this relationship work, trying some sort of couples counseling, maybe a separation. But really what it boils down to is you developing a balanced sense, that this connection was a net positive experience in your life, that you learned things from this person, had very unique experiences with them, and realized that, it can be both that it was chaotic at times and that there has been this sort of huge upheaval, and to not at all dismiss, the heartbreak that you're obviously feeling right now, but to have a more balanced approach to understand, that yes, this was a past life connection, this was a karmic connection, you two decided to come in and play together in this lifetime. And so I really think, getting really logical minded, trying to maybe focus on your mental health, definitely getting yourself back into balance. The advice card for you was the High Priestess. So I really think that this High Priestess advice is for you to trust your intuition about this connection and the ending around it. You know, however you need to, move through this, trust that. Or maybe that you might need to get in touch with somebody who's like a High Priestess. Okay, so this could be a counselor of some sort. This could even be a friend or a family member that you know who's just, they just know things. Yeah, this is kind of the outside, this is the outside influences, and I'm definitely getting the feeling it could be you following your intuition, but it equally for some of you can be a person outside who's providing you with guidance at this time that you should be listening to. Your hopes and fears with the situation at this time is the Death card. So you're afraid of the transformation that the Tower card is bringing in. You've had your Tower, and now you're moving on to the Death. And you know, it's funny because the Tower card does come after the Death card, but you know, in this case, let's just say the Death card is you're really afraid of the transformation, you know, because when we come out of a relationship, it can be easy to not remember who we were before or what we stood for, or, you know, we've melded with this other person, especially, like I said earlier, I do think maybe there are some codependency issues here. And so, you know, it's like, I can be anybody I want. And that's terrifying for you as well. But the energy you're moving towards is very positive. You know, I feel like you trust yourself, you listen to your spiritual guides, and things are going to come into balance. I feel like you're going to reach a point where you realize that you have a new opportunity to create whatever you want out of life, okay? And that you're going to do that. And the more that you move towards that mindset, the more that the Eight of Pentacles here to me, I feel like is bringing in synchronicity. It's bringing in connections that will be advantageous for you both in business as well as, you know, friendships, romances. I definitely feel like this is a card of healing too, because it's like the spider has spiraled, okay, and connected all these things together. So you could be looking back at this relationship and looking back at, you know, different times and looking back at them as lessons, and you might be revisiting these things over and over again, and that's okay. Try not to get too stuck in these thoughts, but I do think that this is the unpeeling. Is that the right word I want to use? You know, as we heal from our psychic wounds, emotional wounds, we kind of pull back layers of energy, okay? And so I feel like you are moving towards a healing energy. You're moving towards a new beginning for yourself. And the Justice card, you know, if this is a person that you were married to, like, there's going to be some absolution, a divorce, and that's going to, I think, tie things together for both of you. You're both going to be moving towards what you wanted a little bit more than you had been together. Whatever this Tower moment was, it highlighted to both of you that it was time for this to end. And any stagnation that you guys have experienced since the Tower moment is going to, you know, that energy is going to start to move the longer you two take space from each other, and the more you focus on trusting yourself and manifesting the life that you want to see, Sagittarius. Okay, I think that's about everything that I said before. So, thanks for your patience again, Sagittarius. Until next time, take care.